What's up, nerds? What's up, nerds? Goz Master here with another Magic the Gathering puzzle quest. Today's digital short. I'm going to be covering the top 3 categories of what Planeswalkers you should chase in the holiday-like sale by Oktagon for no reason. I have no idea why they're doing this. Is it a cash grab? I have no idea. But thank you, Oktagon. It gives us a chance to be able to pull some of the Planeswalkers we may be needing before we go into the holidays. And more importantly than that, which Planeswalker is missing, who you absolutely should be saving your money for. My pen blew up and I got ink all over my hands. It's crazy. So stick to the end and I'll cover that here for you in just a second. But before we get into this video is sponsored by me. So like, subscribe, comment below, join the party, hit into the Discord. We'll be happy to help you with all these other decisions. All right, so first off, 3-color and colorless walkers. The most important walker that you should have if you're a brand new player is Nicol Bolas 1. At level 52, he's able to destroy any creature on the board. He gives you 3 colors as a 3-color walker. He should be the first walker that you purchase by my recommendations. I think he's absolutely one of the best walkers in the game if you don't already have him, for newer to mid-level players. If you already have him, then the next one that you want to go after is Nicol Bolas 3. He actually gets you way better mana gains. He's for much more established collections, and he's exclusively who I use on black nodes, or at least who I used to use exclusively on black nodes. More on that in here in a second. My second favorite, and really probably my highest used tricolor walker, period, is Tamero. Tamero is great because of the color flexibility she gives you, white, green, and blue. Absolutely a powerhouse. Her mana gains aren't very strong, and her third ability just keeps your hand rotating in and out. Now that Faithbound Judge is in standard, she absolutely cranks out loyalty, and you're able to use her third all the time. Essentially, you have unlimited mana, and you can do all the things from hand. She's a boss. Absolutely get her. Sarkhan is my third favorite tricolor walker. His third ability is all about his third ability. You ramp into that, put 3 creatures with haste on the board that are 6/6 plus in power, or +6 in power, and you go to town. Karn is my next selection. He's colorless. He's somebody that I absolutely use all the time. I could see you swapping out Karn for Sarkhan if that's something you use and you already have a good menagerie of tricolor walkers as it is. Karn is absolutely a beast, and I use him all the time in testing decks out. If I want to get some synergy between some colors, I'll just go load a bunch of cards I want to work together for the mechanics, and then I'll go I'll massage those builds and put them into a walker that would work with them, so that I'm able to then find the appropriate colored walker to be able to work with, and that winds up helping me to be able to build my fastest decks the quickest. I like him a lot for testing. And the 5th 3-color walker is Narset. I don't know why people give Narset so much guff. I think her secondary ability is absolutely boss. I don't use her first, and I can use her third in a pinch when I'm behind, and it winds up helping me catch up, but typically I can just use her second, and it ramps me in through all that I need. It's really the color combinations, white, blue, and red. She's red, white, and blue. Come on, America. What are we saying about our country if we're not doing that? Yeah, if you live here in the States. So I highly recommend Narset. I think she's a great walker. I use her a lot. She's very good with an Anello and Hello build that I have right now. I will be spotlighting at some point in the future. All right, so that's our tricolor walkers. Let's get into the dual color walkers. The most powerful dual color walker, I don't care what anybody says, is Rawl, especially with cards that are in standard. +5 to blue, +5 to red. And he gets his first ability is really awesome. I get to pick a card, give it mana, put the rest into the yard. He's just fantastic. And if I get behind, I can use his third ability similar to Narset's, and I can go face or I can go creatures. I can help wipe the board, especially in loop decks. Absolutely my favorite wizard to go loop with. Fastest in standard right now. Well, I mean, for another month at least until wizard class rotates out of standard. But we will see what replaces that, and we will go from there. So Rawl for sure. Kasmina. Kasmina is an absolute boss. She does all kinds of great stuff. Her cards and spells will stay in standard even after Strixhaven rotates out. At least that's what I'm anticipating. Her ability to be able to come back and grab any card you need just from casting a spell with her second, it just nukes the board. Absolutely a powerhouse. I think Kasmina is fantastic. Can't go wrong with her. She's very, very powerful. Third slot for dual colors is Daxos. Daxos I was not a fan of beforehand after being lectured by some of my other members in Discord and some of my coalition mates. I've definitely come along to Daxos. Thank you guys for making the recommendation. His first ability is just a way to get a body on the board. His second ability is okay. His third ability, though, you nuke your opponents, makes your levels go up, and then your first creature after the end of the turn or beginning of your next turn, whatever it is, gets a power boost and winds up being able to having a win con all in its own. So you can master cards. He helps keep the board clear early with his second and third abilities, and then you wind up actually winning along with it. I think he's a fantastic walker, absolutely worth having. I have to say he's the best black-white walker. Sorry, Soren, Grim Nemesis. Fourth, Garuk, Cursed Huntsman. Garuk is a boss. Absolutely a great creature for elimination. His secondary ability winds up destroying. His secondary ability is just insanely powerful. Absolutely one of the best in the game, and his third is a finisher for sure. He is a boss, and his mana gains are really good. And then my final selection for dual color walker is Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. For the Vanguard of Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, which is an absolute must chase. You got to get it. The only way to be able to exile creatures and dominate a board with super control was to ramp into Teferi, Hero of Dominaria's Planeswalkers third. Although it doesn't remove supports from the board, it does take creatures off the board, and if there are no creatures, you're pretty much not losing unless you're in a loop deck battle. That said, he is very powerful. He is one of my blue-white, still legacy used go-to cards. He's definitely a mid to maybe lower level collection, but I would, if you already have the other four on this list, he might be worth chasing for you for there. All right, finally, our single color walker. There is only one. I don't care how much they nerfed him. It still did not impact it. A Jani. Invigorate Leadership is absolutely the most powerful single color walker in the game. There is no qualms, quips, quos about it. That guy is a beast. He's phenomenal. In his case, he winds up actually dominating the first spot because of his ability to put tokens on the board, his ability to gain life, and his really cheap loyalty abilities allow you to make your creatures big. The only weakness it has is if there are disabilities or ways to disable the board, you have to be able to replace your creatures so you can keep those disables away from keeping you from winning. But that said, absolutely a dominant walker, an S-tier walker. You should have him if you don't already. After Jani, I have a two-way tie. I know most folks are going to say Nissa, World Waker. Her first ability gives you a creature, it nukes the board. It costs a little bit to get into, but it's very powerful. And with green conversion where it is right now, as soon as Field Trip leaves rotation, that changes things. But as of this minute, she's absolutely devastating. Her third allows you to get some big bodies with haste on the board that suck up all those little mini tokens you've been making along the way. Very good synergy, very powerful. Absolutely a beat stick. Not my style of play, although she is great. My second slash Nissa and also second, third slot would be Ren and 7. Ren is absolutely boss. I love the gameplay with her to be able to use your first ability, put all kinds of stuff into the yard if you don't want to, and then you still draw 4 or fill your hand with stuff and then still fill her first ability to be able to put up to 4 cards in your hand and then still put 4 cards into the yard after that. Unparalleled. One of the absolute best ways to feed the yard in the game, period, for a monocolor walker. Absolutely great. I love her. All of the reanimator stuff you have with her. Again, my only concern is when green conversion rotates out, that's going to make her a little bit more difficult. We'll have to see what happens with Dominaria United. Number 3, Teferi, Master of Time. Teferi is ridiculously good. Blue is in such a good state right now that you can win very easily with blue. Ambiguity, anyone? PMA, if you get that, that's an ever standard card. Ridiculously powerful. And with Teferi, Master of Time, you're able to take multiple turns every single match. You get 3 swaps a turn, basically. It's insane. So I absolutely recommend him. He's dominant. I played with him again in the Jumpstart event, and I forgot how powerful he is. He's just stupid good. Really, really powerful mono walker. One of my favorites to play with in the game. Some would say PMA Teferi. Chronoclast is a good one to go with there because of the synergy between Deny Gems and the rest. I argue that if you have Ambiguity and the rest of the PMA blue cards like Desertion, those cards do the job good enough. You don't need a PMA Teferi, but he is really annoying to go up against. And then finally, Onyx. Onyx is absolutely one of my favorite mono black walkers to play with because I love the discard mechanic. She synergizes so well with Tergrid, Take Your Girl strategy. One of my absolute favorite ways to do it. In fact, she's one of the few monocolor walkers that I still go play events with simply because I like taking your girl. That's it. Those are my top categories. But Mr. Goz, you said you were going to mention this last Planeswalker. I want you to distinctly notice here there is one walker missing from this list of notoriety. And in fact, will not even be available next week if you look at the available soon category. Who is it? It is my boy, Dakin. Dakin will not be available until 2 weeks from now, and he will be full price. You will be paying 850 gold for him if you want that. So if you have over 850 gold and you did not buy Dakin for IRL money, then I would strongly encourage you save your gold, get Dakin in 2 weeks, okay? He is that powerful. He will devastate the arena battlefield. When we get to combat after he's released for gold, everybody's going to have him. You do not want to be missing out. He's absolutely the #1 tricolor walker, in my opinion. exclusively who I play with. I don't play with Nicol Bolas 1 anymore because this ability is so strong. And in fact, he is so good and his abilities are so good early that I think I may be recommending him as my new tier 1 walker that you get first instead of Nicol Bolas 1. And the reason for it is because we can offset with life, but our secondary ability still allows us to remove. That's the only thing that may make me say, hey, for new players, Nicol Bolas 1 is the way to go. And then as soon as you have any kind of a decent collection, you have a couple of winning strategies, then you definitely want to go pick up Dakin number 2. Now listen, there are a lot of really good walkers available for sale right now. And if you're not sure which one you should get, comment below and let me know. I will be reading the comments. You know me, I'm a comment hound. I'll comment, I'll leave comments there. Or additionally, from there, you can go into the Discord and ask questions about which walkers you should get. Should I go X versus Y? Who should I pick up, guys? And I'll be happy to comment and chime in there. And in addition to that, if I think that it's questionable, we'll take it to the board, to the Discords, and we'll actually get you the best opinion on those. I wanted to keep this video super short because I have lots of other videos in production coming out. I'm going to give the prizes away for Dakin and the rest of what we're doing, but I wanted to get this out right away so that you weren't wasting your resources on walkers you shouldn't be getting. And in fact, here's a list of all of the walkers I don't have because I don't ever see a value in getting them. So as you see, I'm scrolling through all of these different walkers. These are ones that in my main account I have not picked up because I don't think they're worth the resources. Again, who do you want to know? Comment below, like, subscribe, get in the Discord, and join the party. And until our next quest, my friends, swords up.